Hey, Course 1, Lesson 61 has us adding fractions again. We're going to follow the same format we learned this year, but instead we're going to use 3 fractions because sometimes, right, maybe somebody eats a fourth of the pizza while someone else eats a half, and the last person might only eat a third. Now we've got 3 fractions, all different denominators, so all different divisions of the whole. You know, one's in eighths, one's cut in fourths, one cut in half. You could do all of that from one slice, one piece of pizza. And if we ask you, well, how much is left? You need to add them up with a common denominator, which is the LCM. And you've got 3 now. But it doesn't have to be scary. I don't think you are scared because it's not going to change anything we've done. It's just keeping a few more numbers straight. First of all, what would you like to do with the way I've got this 1/2 plus 1/8 plus 1/4 problem set up? I'd like to make it vertical. We've learned this is a very effective way to organize your addition to keep it all together. I'm going to rewrite that 8. I'm going to clear out because I'm going to need this space as we work horizontally too when we do these. And we are adding, right? Okay, so let's try this. First, we need to shape them, right? Step 1 is shape. And we shape through multiplication using a multiplier worth 1, so same number over same number, to get to the LCM. And what's the LCM for this first one? Lowest common multiple, 4, 8, 12, 2, 4, 8, 12, 8. I know it's going to be 8. I'm getting to 8. If you don't know how I just did that, go back and remember how you do LCMs. Find that lesson. I just did the fast version. So we're trying to get to that so that we can finish this. Maybe I should make my line longer to remind us we're going that way. So what's going to give me, let's start with the bottom, 8 when I multiply by 8? Well, nothing. I just make it 1 because it's already in eighths. So I don't have to change that one. It stays 1/8. But fourths, I need to times by 2 to get from 4 to 8. So I also multiply the top by 2. 2 times what is 8? 2 times 4. So 4 over 4 is my multiplier for the top fraction. And to finish, 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. We don't change the denominator when adding or subtracting fractions. Do I need to simplify? We've operated. That was step 2. Any simplification? No, this is great. Keep that. 7/8 is our answer. We don't have to do anything else with it. It's in lowest terms. So let's do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to write it this way. 1/2 plus 2 1/3. It's so good for you to write out this work so you always keep things straight when you're still an early mathematician. Just do that. I like this style so much. We need to shape this so we can use it. And I'm seeing, let's just change our fractions. And they should be fine because we're adding. We won't have to do any borrowing. You never borrow with adding. So what's the LCM? Always start there when you're shaping. If the common denominators aren't there yet, to get there we need the LCM. So count by 6s, by 3s, and by 2s to find, well, they gave it to us easy. We're going to use sixths, right? And what gets me to sixths from 1/6, once again, we don't need to change it. It's going to stay 1/6, and we still got our 3 there. 1/3 here. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2/6. And I'm going to bring this guy all the way back from over there. Okay, lastly, 1/2 I'm looking at. And I'm trying to get it into sixths. So I need to multiply 2. I'm looking at the denominators first always. 2 times 3 gets me to 6, right? So therefore 1 times, I have to stay with this, needs to be the same. 1 times 3 is 3. And then I had this 1 over here. So 1 3/6 plus 2 2/6 plus 3 1/6. What have I accomplished by doing all that? I now have common denominators across. Clear out some of this. You shouldn't erase your work, but I'm going to do this just so you can follow better without all this extra stuff cluttering the way. We're still adding. We're still in the same addition problem. Now let's add the whole numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is, you got it? 6. Then 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. And of course, it's not going to change the bottom denominator. Say, oh, what do you notice? Top and bottom are the same. Easy fix, but we can't leave it that way. Step 3 after we operate. Step 3 means simplify. 6/6, think of it as a pizza that we cut into sixths. I guess. Not super even, but those are sixths. And I say, well, I have 6/6. Well, that means I still have the whole thing. Oop, this is in. There's my 6th piece. I've got 6 pieces. Well, then I'm not missing anything. I have a whole. A whole means I have 1. So if I have 1, this is worth 1. So we add that to the 6. Sorry for being messy. And I really have 7 in all. Nice and even. Answer, 7 whole. Lots of steps, so don't think you're too good for them. Great illustration up here in example 1, page 321. Showing you the first one we did. Here's the work again with example 2. And then I would like you to do, for practice, show me A, C, E, G, and do H. You get to write a word problem. Show me all of that correct, please. A, C, E, G, H. Thanks so much. I know you'll do great.